the unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from MetLife Stadium. He'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
Spin on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll run, and this is Cam Scannaboo. And that play gets nothing. So, no gain on the game's first snap.
No gain on the play.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Once again, it's Scannaboo. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Bernardo Green there to bring him down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun. 3rd down. It's Dart. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
In punt formation.
So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. This brought him out past the 20. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. He'll manage to get to the 33. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
2nd and 7. He'll go play action. Purdy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing is Purdy. Open man is Tunges, the tight end. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Paulson Adebo is there to make the play.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Oh, that is taken in downfield by Tunges. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That is a big gain for the 49ers. It's a gain of 34. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 1 brings up third down.
Third down and 9.
Go ahead.
They send a receiver in motion left.
Yellow. 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 Stop.
Third down. Purdy. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And that'll set up fourth down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
Here we go.
They'll send the receiver in motion to the left.
Yellow. Yellow.
On fourth down. Purdy. That one. George Kittle. Touchdown. 49ers. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead.
Giants nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Scatterboot. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
A pickup of 14 on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? how well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run?
And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. And Scalaboo. Touchdown, New York.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Watkins on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Outside. Yellow. Right around outside. Slow. Yellow.
Play action now. Purdy. Down the field, it's Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play to kick off this drive. 31 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
A 2nd down throw here for Purdy. He'll get it inside the 20. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line. A big-time play for the Niners. An even 40 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open. Short throws turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal.
Get set. What's up?
Again, it'll be McCaffrey. Good blocking, and he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Austin now to return this. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 19 Cardinal.
They'll start this on the ground with Scalaboo. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
So after 1, 14-7 is our score. Or from MetLife Stadium after this. Giants football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete.
Theo Johnson.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Scatterboot. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
41. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
Go!
Operating from the gun, it's Dart. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway. Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
Second and 10. Up the middle with Scatterboot. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At the 48-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Out of a shotgun. It's Dart. That's caught, and it's Cam Scatterboot. A gain there of 11. 1st down. Giants.
A gain of 11.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And this tackle there, he pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 6. Dart. And it's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
He'll get that out to Scatterboot. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Scatterboot. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He'll try to run for it with Scatterboot.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Scatterboo. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a whole lot, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Giants 1st down.
They'll run. It's Scatterboo. And he'll punch forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. It just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run, and they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances.
And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
And what a job here by the defensive line. They've got to hold their ground. Any sort of push by the offense is going to result in a touchdown. But here, the defense comes through with a huge goal line stand, and they're able to keep this offense out of the end zone.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll go play action with Purdy. Now he'll air one out. That's caught! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 67 yards. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Watch out! Yellow. Yellow. Up.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Yellow. Outside. 18. Watch out. Yellow. Yellow. Up.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Quick throw here is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll throw again with Purdy. On the run to the right. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but Biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
For the end zone, but it's batted away. Incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's 3rd and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
He'll try and run with McCaffrey. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers will take a 21-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Austin now to return this. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
At their own 42-yard line.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. That'll be taken in by Scatterboo. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
The toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Set 19 Lions. 60, 79 Broncos.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. So the move is for the field goal unit here. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit. So we are at halftime. Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Get set. Yellow. 18. Yellow. Go ahead.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle on the right side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That's good for 27 and a first down.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
18! Watch out! Here we go, here we go! That's up. Yeah, you. Up.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. Room to run inside the 40. And he will score again. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers will extend this third quarter lead.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Austin now to return this. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Let's go!
A run straight ahead. That's Scalaboo. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Ready.
Ball on the
Brings up
30
second
now.
and
Here's
7.
second down and 7.
Here we go, set! Ready!
They'll go play action here with Dart. Rolling to the left. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll get only about 3 before being ridden out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3.
Nothing open here downfield.
Brings up
I think it's a
third
good
and
job
4.
just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's a third down and 4.
Come on, set! Ready.
On the ground, it's Scalaboo. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70! Dragon 60!
They'll go, and here's Dart. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
Yellow, get set! 18! Yellow. Stop!
Purdy on 1st down. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Outside!
First down,
18! Watch out!
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
At the 4-yard line.
Yellow. Get set!
Now Purdy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him back.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked by the rookie out of Ohio State. And the Giants are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On first down, it's Scatterboot. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35. A big play after being backed up. 31 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, it's first and 10.
Ready, go!
The throw is Dart. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
I love taking a shot downfield, especially after that previous play results in such a long run. I mean, the ability to create an explosive offense, both on the ground and through the air. That's what every single team strives for in the NFL, and I like the way this possession's working out.
70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos.
On second down, Dart. He'll go right and find his running back. He'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Out of the gun, third down. It's Dart, and he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Gain of 9 yards.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's first and 10. On the zone read, it's a give to Scatterboot. He managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Michael Williams, the first-round pick, is there for the stop.
Second and 7.
Ready, set.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down.
Here we go, set. Cougar night. Ready.
Once again, it's Scatterboot, and he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Throwing, Dart. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They'll indeed go for it, and it's Dart. That's going to be caught, and he will have a Giants first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
At the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Dart. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Ball on the 39. Here's second and 8. To the air once more is Dart. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down. On the give, Scatterboot. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Brings up second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. on EA Sports.
Okay, break. Down.
Dart gonna throw here on second down. That is gonna be hauled in. He's got it. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, New York. His 4th TD grab of the season. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, Watkins on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get set. IT! Watch out!
On 1st and 10, Purdy. He'll get this complete. That's Anthony Schwartz. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Purdy to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, Purdy. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
To the air on 2nd down. Dart.
Intended for Malik Neighbors.
Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
3rd down and
Just a
11.
great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Here we go, Shaq. 18, Panther 60, Panther 60, Panther 11, Panther 11. Check out.
Out of the gun, here comes Dart. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard
It's
line.
a gain of 35.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st down, Dart. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Giants. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
70 Lions!
He's going to try to do it himself. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
Nothing fancy here. This was old school throwback smash mouth football, and they're able to pick up the two-point play.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now, Watkins on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
First and 10. Purdy. Throw right side. He's got Tonjes. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out. Yellow. Yellow.
Here's Purdy. Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Short one there. Caught by Kittle. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Get set, get set. Yellow. 18.
Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
On second down, Purdy. There's a throw right side. Could be incomplete.
And we got a big third down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
Yeah, you. 18. Yellow.
On third and long, Purdy to throw. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long.
18.
Here's Purdy. That's taken in, and he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Not only did they convert on fourth down, they picked up a quarter of the field. A gain of 25.
Get set. Up.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Again in the air for Purdy. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. DJ Reader getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
Yellow. Get set. Go ahead. We go.
Send a man in motion right. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down.
Yellow. Hands up.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, 49ers.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Austin now to return this. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun. It's Dart. This one taken in by Hyatt. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Dart. That is caught downfield. It cuts in the tight end. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
Complete to number 16. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. To the air again goes Dart. He finds Austin with the grab. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A first down picked up as they are getting close.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, here is Dart. That is caught, and this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
29.
A one-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That's the thing about these onside kicks. They're really unpredictable. You're trying to get the ball to take that big high hop, but it doesn't. It ends up just going through everybody on the recovery team and ends up going out of bounds.
Yellow. Get set, get set. Right around set. Yellow. Yellow. Yellow.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On 2nd down, Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds, gain of just a couple, and now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now, and this one's good for a 1st down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th. Purdy going to put it up again. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let McCaffrey try to run it. And he will get into the end zone and bump the lead up by 2 more.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now, a big third down. Here we go. One final play. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They've fought till the end, but still will come up short. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the two-point conversion. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.